Hello, podcast listeners.
What up?
If you like what you were about to hear,
And if you don't want us to start taking comps from the man,
you can support us by going to our website
5uselessdegrees.org.
and clicking on the PayPal donate button.
And we will really love you if you decide to make a sustaining contribution.
Thank you for your support.
And enjoy the show. Welcome to 5 Useless Degrees and a Bottle of Scotch. My name is James Engberg, copycat.
And I am Eric Kilgore, internet troll.
And we are recording from the Highland Stillhouse in Oregon City.
Yeah.
It's our second year here, man.
It's crazy.
It's very exciting. This is Haggis's first Ardbeg day.
You probably can't hear Haggis because we don't have a mic for him on the mobile rig. It's Ardbeg Day.
It's Ardbeg Day, and that's why we're here, to celebrate and to drink a little of the latest release of Ardbeg.
Yes, the Auriverdes.
Smelly bush?
No, not Ardbeg.
Oh. And we are going to also discuss Profile Theater's production of Sam Shepard's Buried Child.
And, the big and, yeah.
Yep. It's...
Golden Flask Awards.
Oh, I was going to say Annual Donut Day.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, no, but it is the Golden Flask. That's right.
Who cares about Donut Day? I don't care about Donut Day.
Yep, we're handing out Golden Flasks today to the most deserving. It's the big event.
Yes.
Right here.
What everyone's been waiting for.
The nominees came out like a couple days ago.
That's right.
And now we're going to announce. All right. Welcome to the show.
So, James, a year ago, on a whim, mind you, for episode 13 last year,
you know the episode.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It was on episode 12, actually, that we said we should go to Ardbeg Day at the Highland Stillhouse.
It was a spur-of-the-moment decision.
And so, on a whim, I emailed Mick, the owner, and he's like, yeah, come out. And there we were.
And here we are, a year later.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Except now we're on the radio.
We're now on X-Ray FM.
We're on X-Ray.
That's right.
It's incredible.
Yeah, and we have a producer.
We have a what?
We have a producer, Haggis Jones.
That's right, Haggis Jones. Yay for Haggis.
You may have a hard time hearing Haggis this week because our mobile rig does not have a third microphone for it. So that's right.
We miss you, Haggis. So we have a lot to get to today.
Yeah.
We have to award these Golden Flasks.
We have 16 categories for the Golden Flasks, and we are going to get to those.
Yep.
And
the kind of the run-up to the big event.
The Drammies next week. Yep.
Yeah, which we will be covering. We'll be there.
Yeah.
Talking to the people, the celebrities.
That's right.
The Portland Theater Glitterati.
The Glitterati, yep.
That's right.
Yep.
Excellent.
You know what I like about the Highland Stillhouse?
What's that?
I like that little fake fire over there in the corner.
Yeah.
It's nice ambiance.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The whole place feels very homey.
You're in someone's home.
That's what homey.
But it's lived in.
Yes.
Right. It's not antiseptic. Right. It's someone actually lives here on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I could live here. Maybe someone does live here. I can smell that Ardbeg.
Oh my gosh.
From across the table. It's so potent, but we're not going to get to that yet.
All right.
We have some business to get to. We're going to give out some of these Golden Flasks.
Yeah.
Now, what do you get when you win the Golden Flask besides the
notoriety of being
honor.
a Golden Flask Award winner?
Mm-hmm. Right. You put it on your resume.
Yep.
That's right.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and
these, we have to remind people that these are the best of the best, right?
Right. This is all Golden Flasks are all about celebrating good work and good facilities.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. Sure.
We're celebrating the best.
Yeah. So aside from the notoriety of being a Golden Flask Award winner,
right,
you get a little Golden Flask.
That's right.
Yeah.
Which we will be hard at work building today.
Yeah, we got some crayons and some
metallic paper.
Yeah, some golden metallic paper that
Right.
we're going to create these awards on.
So if you win a golden flask, you can pick that up at the Drammies.
Yeah, we'll have them at the Drammies.
Yeah,
and
we'll have
we
them
can
there.
hand them out.
So come talk to us, collect your award.
That's right.
It'll be great.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to this.
Okay.
We've got 16 categories.
16 categories, yep.
And the Golden Flask Committee has gotten together
That's right.
to review the nominees and decide the winners here.
Yes.
And
there are 2 categories that I think are undecided at this point, and we will maybe have to argue about those when we get to them.
Right. Well, the committee has left it up to us.
Yes.
To make that
Right.
final decision.
That's right.
Right.
But
we're not actually on the committee.
Right.
We don't. Right.
Right. Yeah, it's a panel of like 11 people.
Right. It's or 13.
Yeah,
It's
like,
an odd number.
How many are at the bar there? How many did we?
Right.
We asked them.
And there are a couple awards here that are totally objective. Nobody decides because it's mathematical.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So first up,
Go ahead.
we have the award for the most flask-friendly theater.
Mm-hmm.
The nominees for this category were Post 5, Bag and Baggage, Miracle Theater, and Action Adventure Theater.
Mm-hmm.
And the Golden Flask goes to
Action Adventure Theater. Yep. They were the first that got in touch with us and said,
Bring your flask.
Bring your flask.
Yeah.
And we have.
Yeah, and we've used it prodigiously.
Yes.
Yes.
So congratulations, Action Adventure Theater.
Very well done.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. Second category here is Best Restrooms. This goes to the company that we think has the best places to do your business.
When you got to go, you got to go.
Yeah, that's right.
And you want to do it in a nice facility.
That's right. The nominees in this category are Artists Rep Theater, Portland Center Stage, Bag and Baggage, and Portland Actors Ensemble.
Yep.
And the winner is...
Portland Actors Ensemble.
Yep. Yay.
For their variety of bushes.
Yes, absolutely. And in fact, this last year in Cymbeline, there was even a song about going to the bathroom out in the parks.
Yeah, right.
So they recognize what they've got, and they're making the most of it.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Moving on.
Third category is Best Acting in Underwear. So these are performances that were given in their underwear. I love the reaction of people as they walk by.
Right.
Underwear? What are they talking about? All right. So nominees for this category are John San Nicolas as Jackie in with a hat at Artist Rep. Little green Speedos, Haggis says. Diana De La Cruz as Veronica in the with the hat. Also, Artist Rep. There's a lot of underwear in that show.
Yeah.
Oh, a lingerie. Okay. Speaking of lingerie, Brooke Ashton as Vicky in Noises Off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong there. And the ensemble, the entire ensemble for Pool No Water at Theater Vertigo. They were all in their underwear.
Yes,
yeah.
all in their underwear.
And the award for Best Acting in Underwear goes to...
The ensemble for Pool No Water at Theater Vertigo. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yep.
You can hang that in the lobby.
Yep.
Hang it in the lobby, Haggis says. Okay.
Take your clothes off more often.
Yep.
All right. The next award category is Best Concessions.
Well, that's important.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You have to get a little snack at intermission or
Yep.
before the show.
Or before the show.
Yeah, sure.
A little popcorn, something to drink.
A beer in some cases.
Imagine a theater without a concession stand. Not that we always use it, but the possibility needs to be there.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. That's right.
All right. So, nominees in the category of Best Concessions: Bag and Baggage Theater, Epiphany Theater, Broadway Rose, and Lakewood Theater. It's a hard one, man. And there was some lobbying on this category this week.
There was some excellent lobbying, and I have to say, although I haven't had the ice cream sandwiches at Lakewood, I think I might have to have one now next time I go.
Yeah, no, they look wonderful. Somebody tweeted a picture.
Yeah, and it looks pretty good.
It looks really good. Thankfully, we can't be swayed by that type of lobbying.
That's right, yeah.
We're not going to...
The committee is beyond that kind of pandering. Right?
Yeah, definitely. Okay. And the award for best concessions goes to
Epiphany Theater.
Yes.
You cannot go wrong with free concessions.
Mm-hmm. Free coffee, some
cookies. Yeah.
And you don't even have to clean up after yourself. You just leave them on the counter there like you did when you were a kid.
Right.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, good stuff.
Epiphany Theater. Congratulations.
All right. Our fifth category is the slowest on-stage clock. These were clocks on stage that were keeping actual time, and they seem to move slower than most clocks.
Yeah.
Nominees in this category are It's a Somewhat Wonderful Life at Bag and Baggage, Greater Tuna at Lakewood Theater, Gideon's Knot, Third Rail Repertory, and also with Third Rail Repertory, A Bright New Boise.
Oh, they're nominated twice.
They had 2 nominations,
wow.
Yes. But the award for this category goes to...
Greater Tuna, Lakewood Theater. Congratulations.
Now, we probably should say that there is one caveat to that.
Yeah, that's true.
That we walked out at intermission.
We did. It was the last show we've ever walked out at intermission from.
No, the first show.
The first show we ever walked out at intermission from.
And had we stayed,
the first one you walked out.
The first one I ever walked
out from. Right.
Yeah.
And had we stayed,
yeah, they might have lost. The award might have been given to someone else.
Right. So
there's an asterisk by this one.
Yeah, there really is, because you're winning because we left.
Right.
Lakewood. So congratulations. All right.
That's good. All right. We'll come back to some more categories.
We've got a lot
here.
more.
Yeah.
We've got a lot more, but we don't want to give this all away at once.
No, certainly not.
Besides this whiskey sitting here,
I think because I'm like, give me the whiskey. So we should taste this.
So I think we should say that normally, I don't think anybody who listens regularly is fooled that we're actually tasting our whiskey for the first time when they hear it.
Yeah.
What?
Right. Especially Haggis.
Half the bottle's already gone by the time.
I know, right? But this Ardbeg, nobody here has tasted yet. It's been sitting here. It's the Ardbeg Arborvitae. And what?
No, it's not called Arborvitae.
Isn't?
It's Auriverdes.
Oh, okay.
Gold and green, as one patron told us as he walked by.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, this is what Ardbeg's about.
This is Ardbeg Day. They release their new whiskey every year. Yeah.
And this is an international celebration.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's give this a little sniff.
All right.
And a little taste. Allison Hallett, jump forward a few minutes because it's going to take a little couple minutes.
Just skip ahead, Wow, this is very powerful. Well, as all Ardbegs are, right?
Yeah.
It's got that really powerful nose to it.
It's not. You got some leather.
Leather, Haggis says, yeah.
Okay. You know what this? But it doesn't smell overly peaty to me,
like
I would
doesn't.
expect an Ardbeg.
Right. That's true.
And I'm getting a little Lagavulin in this.
Really?
In this nose, it's got that well balanced.
They are right next to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Well, give it a go. What do you think?
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
I will taste this.
Yeah.
You have to talk.
Okay, I'm gonna talk. I'm actually looking. It's kind of a gold color, in fact.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
It looks like he just fell in love.
Yes.
I think he did.
That is just. It's almost like champagne, a little bit. It's got a little bit of like a champagne type of lift to it. I mean,
that's nice.
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
I saw the love in his eyes.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely an Ardbeg, but it's got some lovely notes to it.
It is. Yeah, it is not as the peat is not pronounced as pronounced in this as most of the others are.
Right. Oh, look, Haggis is thinking.
Yeah.
It's not $5 whiskey. It may not be $10 whiskey.
It was $10. Exactly. It was the most amazing.
I'm gonna add a little bit of water to mine.
Oh, that is really they never disappoint.
They know they've got it dialed in.
They really
Yeah.
do. And they decide to like try something new, but they just know what they're doing. This is wonderful. Wonderful. So, well, I love this.
No, this is great.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Let's continue on. We have some more awards to give out. Next Golden Flask category is hardest set to keep off of.
Oh yeah, all the sets we wanted to get up on and play on.
Yeah, we want to sit on every set.
Pretty much.
But these ones really stood out as ones that really called to us, and it's just so hard not to do it.
That's right. Yeah.
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 All right, and the nominees in hardest set to keep off of are Gideon's Knot at Third Rail Repertory,
Yeah.
Monster Builder at Artists Repertory Theater,
Okay.
Lion in Winter at Northwest Classical Theater Company, and Tess on an Alien Planet at Echo Theater.
All excellent nominees.
And the winner is
Gideon's Knot, Third
Yes.
Rail Repertory Theater.
School Classroom.
In fact, they encouraged people to come up on the set and look around.
As long as they were supervised by a monitor.
That's true. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And in fact, I didn't really keep off the set. I
Well,
kicked some props around.
You were kicking things around. That's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
I was an unruly child in that schoolroom.
That's right.
Right. All right.
All right. Next category. I'm over here helping Haggis out. All right. The next category is the most shouting for no reason.
What does that mean?
That means that these performers were shouting and we couldn't figure out why.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah. All right.
Okay. The nominees are Matthew Kern as Danny in The Submission at Defunct Theater,
Okay.
Michael Mendelsohn as Henry in Eyes for Consuela at Profile Theater. All four of the motivational speakers in Pep Talk at Hand to Mouth, Julie Hammond, Liz Hayden, Maisie Spear, and Aaron Letty. And the entire ensemble for Song of the Dodo at Portland Experimental Theater Ensemble. And we have no winner for this.
The committee couldn't come to a decision.
The committee could not come to a decision, so it's up to us.
So in that case, they leave it up, right,
to
you and me to decide.
Right.
Okay, well,
That's
the
right.
winner then, in that case, is Matthew Kern in the submission.
I think I have to say that the ensemble for Song of the Dodo was far better in this category.
He yelled a lot. I want you to remember how much he yelled.
Yes, Matthew,
And for no reason.
Matthew Kern did yell a lot. That's
Yes.
true. But the amount of volume generated by that ensemble in Song of the Dodo,
Yeah.
and the sustained effort there, I think has got to tip it in their favor.
Flip a coin?
Sure.
Okay. No, we're not going to flip a coin. I'm gonna concede on this one. I think the sustained volume
Yeah.
at Dodo. Yes, I will go with that.
All right.
Okay. And sometimes Matthew Kern, there was a reason to yell. So yes,
Occasionally. Yeah.
yeah,
Sure.
he was upset.
All right. So, congratulations to the ensemble of Portland Experimental Theater
Yep.
Ensemble for Song of the Dodo.
Yeah. All right. Next category is most corpse-like performance.
Oh yeah.
These are performances which didn't move much.
They resembled the dead. Yeah.
Right. The nominees are Christy Bigelow in Theater Vertigo's Pool No Water.
Oh yeah. She was in a coma for quite a while.
She was.
Yeah.
David Bowden in Shaking the Trees One Flea Spare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Alan Noss in Artist Repertory Theater's The Big Meal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. He walked around dead.
There were a lot of dead people in that show, and I think his was most memorable.
Stood out?
Yeah.
Okay. And the entire cast of Northwest Classical Theater Company's King Lear.
All right. Yep.
Okay. And the winner is...
David Bowden for One Flea Spare at Shaking the Tree.
I agree with that.
I mean,
the committee did well on that one.
yeah.
He sat there for a long...
Under that sheet?
Oh,
Yeah.
Half hour.
Yeah.
totally exposed, right?
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of his body, it was like we would have seen any little movement.
Right, and he was stone cold still.
Fantastic.
And actually, I wondered if he maybe took a nap or something.
Congratulations, David Bowden.
If he started snoring on the stage.
Well, then he would have lost this award.
That's true.
To Northwest
because
Classical
he
Theater
would not
Company.
be corpse-like at that point.
Right.
Yeah. The next category is Best at Overcoming Distractions.
Oh, this is given to the company that is best at dealing with where their theater is and
Yeah, and all the things that happen around them.
Right.
You know, traffic and,
yep.
and people's television sets and dog walking.
falling
and,
scaffolding.
Yeah.
Yeah, all sorts
I
of
mean,
things
there-
can happen.
All kinds of things happening. And so
Yeah.
these are the companies that were best at overcoming those very obvious moments in their production
Yeah.
on a regular basis.
Yes.
Right?
They deal with this as part of creating theater.
That's right. The nominees are Action Adventure Theater, Shaking the Tree Theater and Studio, Post 5 Theater, and Portland Actors Ensemble.
Okay.
And the award in this category goes to...
Post 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They nailed it on this one.
They got traffic on the outside,
All those apartments when they're in the courtyard space.
people making dinner,
Yeah.
fire alarms going off, smoke alarms, things like that. Yeah. But
That's right.
So they win. I think that's well deserved. I want to applaud everybody in this category.
Yeah, certainly.
Because we can't. Not every theater company can have a theater space that is protected.
Soundproof and-
right.
yeah.
Right. And these guys are doing it, even though they're exposed.
That's right.
So
and,
bravo.
And managing to hold everyone's attention at
Yes.
the same time. Yeah. It's great.
Okay. Let's do one more, and then we should do a review.
Yeah, we need to get to our review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next category is longest onstage climax. Take that how you will.
Yeah. So we originally, when we talked about this category last week,
Don't say
no,
don't-
it, no,
don't
no.
say
it's,
the
it's
word.
okay.
Don't.
It's all right. We had a different name for this category, but we've amended it,
Yeah.
and appropriately so. I think, in fact, this was the correct title of this category.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Even though you may think of synonyms for climax,
That's right.
that's up to you.
Sure. We'll leave it up to our listeners.
All right. And the nominees in the category of longest onstage climax are Jacqueline Maddox in Shaking the Trees, One Flea Spare, Olga Sanchez in Miracle Theater's Learn to Be Latina, Stephanie Cordell in Theater Vertigo's End of Sex, Christy Miles in Third Rail Rep's Midsummer, and there's a fifth nominee in this category because there were so
five.
many climaxes.
Wow.
Ensemble, the entire ensemble in Portland Experimental Theater Ensemble's Song of the Dodo.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Yeah.
Five climaxes.
Five that were nominated.
Nominated. There were more.
Yes.
Yeah. But these were the best of the best.
There is no clear winner again.
Oh, the committee couldn't decide on this one either.
So we're gonna have to do it.
Okay.
All right.
You know,
Pick your horse.
each one of these is memorable.
Uh-huh.
I have to tell you that each one is very memorable.
Yeah.
But my money is on.
Whoa.
I can't say that. Why not?
Money for a climax. I don't know that you can say that. All right.
I have to go.
See the emails this week coming up. Yeah, you go. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's all right.
You would say.
I would say that. Oh gosh, this is tough. I understand now why the committee couldn't decide on this one because they were all excellent.
It's right.
But I have to go. I think I have to go with Jacqueline Maddox on this. One Flea Spare. Can't you just feel the?
Whoa. You know what?
The Ardbeg's kicking in.
Yeah.
I'm only halfway through my dram.
I was going to say the ensemble from Portland Experimental Theater Ensemble, Song of the Dodo, but I get that there's a gray area there.
Yeah.
Because some people might not interpret that as a climax,
What was the last 20 minutes of the show?
right?
Right.
But I think that it there's so many ways that one could go.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Jacqueline Maddox as well. The
Excellent.
One Flea Spare. We've got a consensus there.
Yeah.
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 Congratulations.
Right. Yes, because I could just feel exactly.
Right.
All right.
Right. Congratulations, Jacqueline.
Let's get away from these
Yeah,
awards for a
yeah,
few
all
minutes because
We'll drink a little more and
We
we'll.
can take it off the air.
we've got 6 more awards. Don't forget, you can pick these up
At the Drammies.
at the Drammies.
On Monday, June 9th.
Actually, we should probably take a break
Yeah, you're right. We should take a break.
and get some more Ardbeg or whatever we want to do, and then we'll come back. We'll do a review.
You bet.
And we'll do the last few golden flasks.
Perfect.
All right, we'll be right back. Welcome back to 5 Useless Degrees and a Bottle of Scotch with James Engberg and Eric Kilgore. We're recording at the Highland Still House in Oregon City on Ardbeg Day
Oh, yeah.
and giving out some Golden Flask Awards.
And we're going to talk about Profile Theater's production of Buried Child.
We're going to do it right now.
right now.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay.
Go. Ready, go. Talk about it, go. No?
Have you seen a production of Buried Child
Never.
before? Have you read it much? Or?
Not, what do you mean, much? Like 5 times? Like, what's much?
I don't know. More than once?
I've read it once.
You read it once?
I read it once.
When was that?
I couldn't even tell you. Long time. Probably in the 90s.
Okay. All right. Oh, I was just trying to figure out, what history you had with this show.
Why? Because you're going to quiz me?
Maybe.
It's the Buried Child quiz with Eric Kilgore.
Oh, shut up.
I think this is an extremely well crafted and well performed production of a mediocre script. What's funny about that?
Well, it's funny because this won the Pulitzer Prize in 1979.
Yes, but we know what we think of Pulitzers.
Well, okay.
We're never very impressed.
That's true. That's true. I think that maybe your criticism of the script itself is a little unfounded, but we'll get into that. I agree with I agree with you, however, that this is an excellent production overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is. And mostly I would credit the performances in this.
Oh yeah.
They are
Yeah.
exceptional with very few exceptions. Exceptional.
Yes.
Wait, exceptional with exception. With very few exceptions, they are excellent.
No, that's true. I was particularly taken with Tobias Anderson's performance as Dodge.
Why?
Well, first of all, he's on stage the entire time.
Yes.
And there was not one moment in this where I wasn't convinced of his performance.
What do you mean convinced of his performance?
I never saw him falling out of what he was doing. I felt like every aspect of his performance conveyed the essence of Dodge.
Okay, and I guess that was my question then. What? I agree with you. I think his performance is fantastic. What is he doing? You said you were convinced completely through and through of what he was doing. What is he doing? What is his? And this is getting back to my complaint with the play a little
Uh-huh.
bit. What is his purpose?
Well, okay, so are you thinking about this play in terms of like some formal classical structure that where you have a protagonist and an antagonist and some problem that is resolved by the end.
I don't think I'm thinking of it that rigidly.
Okay.
But I am interested in certain comprehensible questions being asked, and then some degree of pursuit of those questions. And this is just keeps opening up moment after moment after moment of not mystery but confusion.
What were you confused about?
His relationship with Hallie, the relationship, mainly relationships, the relationship between Shelley and Vince, who Bradley was and who he is now, and why anybody seems to care about anybody else, which they kind of do and they kind of don't. It depends on the moment.
Well, I think that's part of what this play is about, right? About
what's it about?
About how this family has disintegrated, and we're seeing the remains of the family after all this time.
But it's disintegrated to the point where they don't recognize each other.
Yeah,
but they kind of do.
See, I think you're taking the entire thing far too literally. And I
what the hell are you talking about?
I think you were looking at this family as though they are as if this is some sort of kitchen sink drama, and we have a mother and a father and their children, and those relationships are all clear. And I think the thing about Shepard is that he's dealing in a world that is surreal and not entirely comprehensible on an intellectual level. He's dealing in imagery and sounds that go beyond our day-to-day understanding of what it means to be a son or a father.
And I think all of that is fine, and I'm actually interested in all of that. I'm interested in other structures and alternative structures for playmaking.
Okay.
But it has to sort of come to something that you can articulate a little bit. I'm not saying it has to tie it up or resolve it, but there has to be something that it sort of coheres around. And I couldn't even tell you what the questions of this play were. I couldn't even tell you what was being pursued by any character at any moment. It's just such a mishmash of momentary impulses that don't actually gravitate around any core at any time.
Well, I have to disagree with you there.
There's no disagreeing with me.
I am right now. I'm disagreeing with you. I think that the however flimsy it may feel, that the question of the buried child is what is driving everything. That might be a weak construct, but it is still the unifying force of this thing.
I get that it's unifying. I see that, because anytime that comes up, everybody has some degree of reaction to it. But that's the only thing anybody has some sense of agreement or conflict about.
I guess my problem with this production is actually that if anything, it tends to try to deal with it in a way that you would actually understand in what you're asking.
Yes.
I think it needs to go the other direction.
That's the thing, is it keeps hinting at that.
Yes.
It keeps working from Right.
It needs to go in the opposite direction.
And if it did that, I could probably get on board.
Yeah.
Because its form would be reflective of its content in some way, shape, or it would work together. But that's not what happens. They work in contrast to one another.
This production tends to try to be.
You think that's the production's fault?
No, I do. I think the production itself is to blame here in terms of trying to be too concrete and realistic in the portrayals, and not send them in a. And that's what I'm saying is that the production itself needs to move in the opposite direction toward a more surreal and imaginary world.
Give me an example of how you do that. Hurry up.
There are moments in this that I think approach it. The one that sticks in my head is actually the final image of this show. Of Tilden walking up that extremely long flight of stairs.
Right.
Gorgeous image.
Okay, and I think the stairs themselves, that long stretch of staircase with shallow steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I can see that.
But the performances themselves are often too grounded in a psychological realism.
And you think if they depart from that, this would be more successful?
Yeah, I think so.
So how do you? And I don't mean to interrogate you. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
So how
you're enjoying this? I can tell.
A little bit. I'm learning a lot. I'll tell you that much, because I think you're right.
All right.
I would love to see. I would love to see somebody like Liminal take this on.
Yes.
And see what happens with it. Right.
Right.
But I'm curious how you can say that the performances are too grounded, and yet they are excellent performances. They're excellent for what they are?
For what they are,
okay,
yeah. I mean, I think there are performances in this that are really good from one perspective, but may not open themselves up to the play itself.
Okay, all right.
You know, from a more traditional perspective, many of the performances are perfect, or approaching a level of perfection, or you know, a beauty that is just wonderful to watch. But in terms of the overall production, are not successful because they don't open it up to this wider reality.
Okay, so I can actually, now that you're saying this, I think I can get on board with what you're saying. Thinking of that first scene where Dodge is sitting on the couch and Hallie is upstairs, and we don't see her. We have a dialogue for the
like
first
10 minutes.
No, it's probably it felt about 10 minutes long. It's probably a little shorter than that, but it was long.
Yeah,
it was very long, and we don't see her. We
it's
just
just
hear her.
A voice coming down the stairs.
Right, and part of why I started to drift away is because it was grounded in. They were trying to ground it in a sort of realistic conversation between the two of them, an interaction that would be conventional.
Right.
And it just can't hold. But I guess if you tried to do something else with her voice, or somehow entered the surreal, or took a surreal approach to it, that might be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, there is a level of I guess extra reality that is inherent in that scene.
Yeah.
And particularly with that very long staircase and beautifully lit. But that's really hard for that performer, and I could sense that. We should say that we were there at their one and only preview, right? Their Thursday night preview.
Yes, we were at a preview.
Right. For whatever that's worth. But I think it's hard.
Well, it means that our review is basically irrelevant. But okay, but go ahead.
But I think it's really hard for her to project that and find. She has to find some sort of lyric quality to that, and she's basically having to shout in order to be heard because she's way off stage.
Right.
It's tough. I don't.
Yeah, I looked at it as really an impossible task for the actor.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
maybe it needed to be reevaluated.
I think.
And see that how do we allow the actor to do something that continues to hold people's attention,
Right.
rather than keep hammering away.
I think that's an opportunity where maybe she should have been mic'd.
Yeah.
And then it would have been really beyond or that kind of base realism.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Okay. Because there were a lot of moments when I was like, especially with the whole Vince thing, I'm like, why don't they recognize who he is?
Yeah.
Why don't they understand that? But that was largely because I was trying to resolve it into the realistic frame that they were giving. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. Wow. Very nice.
Excellent.
That's awesome. So, have you seen a production that works of this? Have you seen a production of this before?
I've never seen a production of this. I've read it many times, and I've studied it, and I will say this, that I've always kind of felt about it the way that you felt about this production, was that it is poorly made.
Huh.
And I think reading it, or if it's grounded in that sort of realism, I think it lends itself to that evaluation. But I think if you extrude it into this hyper realistic state, and move it into a world of imagery, I think it works.
Yeah. So, do you have specific, I mean, not that you need to say them here, but do you have specific ideas about how you might stage this production? I mean, I guess what I'm asking is there a shadow company production here to be had
I think
in the next couple weeks?
I think there is, but I don't have concrete ideas on how I would accomplish that.
Right.
So
no shadow company
probably
debut
won't
yet.
happen. No, but there were moments in this production where I felt like they were achieving that, particularly with Tilden.
Tilden,
played by Tim Blau.
Fantastic,
Gorgeous performance.
Yeah, kind of this softness and confusion, but strange conviction in what he knows, even though he doesn't know. Really gorgeous.
Yeah, and so many of those scenes where he was just still. There was a stillness to him, and he would stand there and deliver these lines, and many of the stage images were transfixing and really captured me, and allowed me to kind of enjoy the language a little bit. So I really enjoyed these. Also, you mentioned this after the show. Bradley, played by Garland Lyons.
Gives a terrifying performance.
Wow, that scene between he and Shelley was
played by
frightening.
Curtis, or Foss Curtis, is terrifying.
Yeah,
and I went in and out during this performance. I drifted sometimes, but that was one moment where I was riveted to the stage and riveted to the performers, because it's not this stereotypical evil. There was such pleasure in the act he was taking, but he didn't even quite know where he was going with it. It seemed
right.
He's fantastic, and I think Foss Curtis as Shelley is great in this. And I'm really, really sad that she kept getting jammed in downstage corners facing upstage.
That was
over and
very
over.
Strange.
Because she plays such a critical role in those moments, and her reactions.
And her back to it is to most of the audience for large
most of her time on stage.
Very, very strange. And she was in one corner for a long time, and then she ended up in the other corner. Odd staging, and there were other problems with the staging. Late in the show, when we had Vince giving that monologue at the end. and he ends up upstage, turning to the audience, delivering the entire monologue to us.
Right.
It's got to be engaged to the other people.
Well, that happened to a couple characters in a couple different moments where we went into sort of a standardized static monologue.
Yeah.
And just disengaged from the action and the activity on the stage.
They were removed from their the environment that they were in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very odd.
I do want to say I read Adriana Baer's notes before we walked into the theater.
Yeah.
I think these are fantastic director's notes.
Among some,
and I don't usually praise director's notes,
No.
but these are great. She really departs from any sort of, and she says it, this sort of sentimental universality where like this play is somehow going to be representative and applicable to everybody's lives in some sort of universal level. She's like, no, hopefully it's not, in fact, this time applicable to you. But there are questions here that we're continuing to pursue, and I really appreciated what she wrote. I didn't feel like there was this sort of pandering or teaching or anything like that. It was just like,
that's
here's
exactly
our offering.
That's exactly it. It wasn't, I know everything about this, and I'm going to tell you what it all means now.
Yep.
It was, I'm not sure, and I hope that we've uncovered some of the questions here, which is a great way to approach any piece of theater.
Yeah. So, wow, I like what you. I really. I would like to see a less conventional attempt at this play.
Well, I think that's what Shepard requires.
No, I think that's great. I mean, when we were done in the past couple days, I've sort of written it off and gone, Buried Child, who cares about Buried Child? But now I'm like, okay, all right, maybe a different approach would be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that said,
Flask time.
Yeah, I think that with the exception of one or two performances, these are beautiful and moving performances.
I do too.
And I think there are just a couple pieces here that aren't working right. And I also think that, as I said, that I think the production as a whole is not quite moving in the right direction. It's still a little too grounded in this realistic framework. But
I did see Adriana Baer there taking notes, though.
Okay.
So maybe she fixed all of this.
It's possible.
Okay, who knows?
So I otherwise I think this is a beautiful production of this.
I do too.
I'm at 2 flasks. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that the actual interpretation of the work is not quite there. I can't quite go to 2. But these performances, I would encourage people to go see this show.
Yeah.
No, if you want to see some wonderful performances, but I wouldn't expect to be wowed by the experience overall.
Yeah.
Of the show, of the play itself being produced. So I'm at 2.5.
Okay.
I'll do 2.5 on this one. But yeah, no, really. I mean, great acting. Some great acting going on that stage. And I mean, you're right. Tobias Anderson. He's frail and powerful all at once, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So very nice.
Excellent.
Okay. Okay, if you're just tuning in, this is 5 Useless Degrees and a Bottle of Scotch with James Engberg and Eric Kilgore. We are discussing Buried Child today and celebrating Ardbeg Day at the Highland Stillhouse in Oregon City.
And we are giving out some Golden Flask Awards.
We're going to finish up right now.
Yep.
We've got 6 more awards to give out here.
6 more categories in the Golden Flask Awards.
This is so exciting.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, what could possibly be next?
The silver flasks?
The silver flasks. All right, I'm going to tell you. The next category, the production with the most words Haggis felt needed to be bleeped.
Oh, okay.
So,
this is not actually bleeped necessarily.
No, not actually bleeped, but
okay.
I mean, Haggis is always wanting to bleep things.
I'm a bleeper.
He's a bleeper.
He loves to bleep.
Yeah. That's his. It's his
This is
goal in life is
this
to
is
bleep
a self-bleeping segment of the show right now.
things. Right.
Yeah.
Probably the whole thing will just be bleep.
Yeah, you bleeper. All right.
All right. Nominees in this category are Mc at Northwest Classical Theater Company.
Oh, he's bleeping right now.
He's already bleeping it.
Live bleeping.
With the hat at Artist Rep.
Oh, there's a bleep.
The Submission at Defunct Theater.
Okay.
And Learn to Be Latina at Miracle Theater.
Okay.
And the award goes to...
No question
Yeah,
about
there's no
it.
question.
It has to be Mc. I mean,
Yeah.
always has
Macbeth,
to. Yeah, he's going to
Macbeth.
bleep Mc.
This whole segment's bleeped.
Bleep. I know, right? He
There-
wants to bleep it.
There is an honorable mention in this category, however.
Were there any actual curse words in that episode, or is it just... Did he just want to bleep the title of the
He just
show we
wanted
saw?
he wanted to bleep
Okay.
the title of the show because he can't handle... Because he doesn't like saying his little prayer every time he hears that.
Haven't blessed the bar.
Okay. But there is an honorable mention here.
There is an honorable mention in this category, and that goes to Chris Murray. His interview a couple weeks back had 38 bleeps in it.
Wow.
So,
Congratulations, Chris.
yeah.
You've overshadowed the actual award. All right. Next category, best ushers. These are people who are just these are thankless positions most of the time.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, sure.
They take tickets.
Yep.
They show you your seats,
Yep.
right? Nobody
Yeah.
says thank you. Nobody's grateful,
Sometimes.
especially you. I've seen how you treat
me?
these people.
I just... Get out of my way.
Yeah, I know where I'm sitting.
I know where
right?
I'm going to sit.
Right here on
I've been
stage.
in this theater 5 times this year already.
And okay, well, the nominees are Artists Repertory Theater, Profile Theater, Portland Center Stage, and Third Rail Rep. And I don't know, maybe Nathan was on this committee or something like this to sway them.
Did Nathan get on the committee?
Maybe, because the winner is
Artist Repertory Theater.
Artist Repertory
Yeah.
Theater.
Well, and he clearly loves those ushers at
And
Artist
ticket
Rep.
takers.
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah. All right. The next category are one flask shows that we did not see this year. So shows that we thought were worthy of a one flask rating.
Oh, that might have been.
Might have been a one flask show that we didn't actually see.
There's a high probability that they were one flask.
Right.
But we didn't go.
That
Okay.
we just didn't go.
Okay.
But there are no awards in that category this year.
Really?
None.
We saw all the one. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next category. The most. And this is one of those objective categories.
Oh, okay. So something.
No
that
committee needed.
The committee just had to tally the statistics in
Right.
order to come up with the correct answer.
They grabbed Haggis. They did some math.
Okay.
All right.
Excellent.
This is
Haggis and math. That's great.
most pages in a program.
Oh,
Some
okay.
of those programs are long.
Some of those programs are hefty.
Yeah. This is the longest.
The longest program. Oh, well, with the most pages.
Here's what I'm confused about. In an objective category, why the are there nominees?
Well, the top 4.
Oh, the 4 longest?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What, just for suspense?
For suspense.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right. And the nominees are Portland Center Stage, Fiddler on the Roof with 40 pages. Artists Repertory Theaters, The with a Hat, 32 pages, so that definitely didn't win. Portland Center Stage tied for second with The Last 5 Years at 32
Oh, yeah.
pages. And Artists Repertory Theaters Fox Finder at 28 pages. So
It's not even a contest.
no, Portland Center Stage is Fiddler on the Roof, 40 pages.
Wow. It's impressive.
I read maybe 2.
If that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There she goes again. She's got our...
It's the same thing.
We don't mind.
That's all right.
All right. Yay! Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. You guys may as well. It is Ardbeg Day.
It is.
That's right.
Yes.
She's a fine lass.
You said lass, right?
Lass. With that L.
Congratulations to Portland Center Stage's Fiddler on the Roof. All right. Two more categories. I wish this could go on forever.
Forever.
I do. I just wish
it could.
I wish there were like 50 categories like the Drammies.
Oh, there aren't that many of the Grammys. Come on.
There's 30.
Really? That many?
I have no idea. I never counted it up.
All right. The penultimate category.
Haggis is furrowing his brow, not quite sure what
He doesn't
penultimate.
like that. Okay, the next to last category.
Oh.
This is another objective category. This is one that required
Are there nominees?
Well, there were the four companies that were the finalists. They came close.
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. The next to last category is the company with the highest average flask rating.
Oh, you don't want to win this one.
Probably not.
No.
So
Okay.
there is some criteria for this. And so we had to have seen at least 3 productions from this from one of these companies. So
Okay.
so we couldn't have just been one production.
Right, that's not fair.
No, it's not fair at all. So we had to see at least 3.
We could be accidentally drinking out of our flasks with one. Right.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So we saw at least 3 productions from each of these companies, and here are the 4 finalists in this category.
Read them from the lowest flask up to the highest so that we get the winner last.
Okay. With the lowest of the top 4 average flask ratings, Theater Vertigo at 3.33,
Okay.
followed by Lakewood Theater at 3.68,
Oh.
and then Third Rail Repertory Theater at 3.9375,
Oh.
approaching the 4 flask mark.
Didn't quite break the barrier.
Nope. But the clear winner of this year's company with the highest average flask rating is Northwest Classical Theater Company with an average rating of 4.375.
Wow. Well, congratulations, and come pick up your flask. Okay. We're moving on.
Yeah. Final category.
Our final category. Best one flask show. I can hear the
Wow.
collective gasp in the
Oh,
Portland
my.
theater world, right?
Yeah.
These are all one flask shows, and the committee was charged with deciding the best.
So all of these shows receive 1 flask from
is the highest rating
from
you can
James
get.
and I.
Yes.
Yeah.
Highest rating you can get, and now who's on top of that heap, right?
Yeah. Who's the best of the best?
Category nominees are Invasion from Badass Theater Company, One Flea Spare, Shaking the Tree, Our Town from Liminal Performance Group, and Wild Tales, also from Shaking the Tree.
Wow. All memorable productions.
And the winner is... There isn't a winner. The committee could not decide.
They could not come to a decision.
No.
And in this case...
That's the right decision.
Yeah, James and I cannot agree either.
No.
So there is no winner. Well, all 4 of them are winners in this case.
They're
yeah.
all wonderful productions.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
I'm so glad we saw them. And
Yeah.
I hope there are 20 nominees in this category next year. Next season.
Please.
That would be fantastic.
That would be great.
That's what we
Yeah.
want. All right. Well, that's it.
Yeah, I
From
think,
Ardbeg Day.
I think we're all done here.
I think we are. So next week, Drammy coverage.
Yeah, we're going to be at the Drammys Monday evening, talking to everyone.
Everybody we can.
Yeah.
We'll see if all that Drammy crammy paid off.
That's right. We'll see if the Drammy Crammy
funny,
paid off.
funny story about that, Haggis. So when we were at Profile this week for Buried Child, we walked right by Adriana Bear. She was coming up the stairs as we were going down the stairs, and we got to the bottom of the stairs, and I said, "Hey, James, did you notice Adriana Bear?" No.
Which doesn't mean much in light of the fact that when I came out of the bathroom, I couldn't find Eric, and he was sitting 2 feet away from me. I don't even know who he is. So
It's true. No, it's true. I was sitting there watching him, and he's like, he couldn't find me, and I was just sitting there right next to him.
I'll come up with a flashcard for Eric.
So we will be at the Drammys. We will talk to everybody who would like to talk to us.
Yeah.
And if you won a golden flask today, congratulations to all the winners.
That's
and
right.
if you won a golden flask and you want to pick it up, come by, see us at the Drammies, and we'll go ahead and give you your award.
That's right.
And
we will also have a review of Third Rail Repertory Theater's production of The Beauty Queen of Leenane.
yes,
If for some
there's
reason
a ticket taker in it.
there is, if for some reason we can't get it on X-Ray next week, it will be part of our podcast.
Yes.
So it will still be available.
All right.
Yeah. Just in case we have too much Drammy material. Yeah.
Okay, so happy Ardbeg Day, Eric and Haggis.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we're going to get back to drinking some Ardbeg, and until next week, this is 5 Useless Degrees and a Bottle of Scotch. I'm James Engberg.
And I'm Eric Kilgore.
We'll talk to you next week.
Sláinte.
5 Useless Degrees and a Bottle of Scotch is a production of Studio 5 UDBS and is powered by whiskey.
Our producer is Haggis the Pete Bog Jones.
You can visit our website at 5uselessdegrees.org, where you can leave us a voicemail, leave us a comment, or you can email us at dearlushes@5uselessdegrees.org.
Sláinte.
Feeling thirsty.